what we're doing is having a plugin that plugs into, that's integrated with the Python interpreter, and then can basically monitor import statements, report those to the platform, which is on your dashboard, right? And asynchronously then report back to you whether you have a vulnerability or not. And there's no performance impact to your program whatsoever, really. And so this is a really, what we called it the sort of, no discipline, zero discipline approach to runtime security, because it's not done just at build time, and it's not just done at like test time, it's done at runtime all the time. And you can integrate it during development. So you can install this plugin, like I have it on my machine here, and it can basically just be constantly scanning, but you don't have to be thinking about it, and it's not slowing down your application at all. So it's something that we think is a unique solution here. So these are the questions that you need to consider, is like, what do we do when there's security vulnerabilities in one of your dependencies? This is definitely a problem where you might not really know all of the dependencies, or you might not be, it might not be front of mind, so you're not super conscious that NumPy has 15 dependencies or something like that, or some other program, if you were working in Node.js world, it might have 50 or 100 dependencies. And so there's a lot of code that you aren't directly auditing, and maybe don't have eyes on directly because it's kind of hidden from you. Also, how many times, especially in a large organization, have you had an application that's deployed that sits live on the production server, but isn't necessarily updated very frequently? It gets deployed, it sits there, it's working, but it's not getting regular patches and regular updates. And it was secure when you built it, but is it still secure when it's running out there live in the world? So this is something where if you have the runtime security plugin in, then essentially every time it hits that code path, which in the case of imports is generally speaking, anytime somebody hits the server and it executes the script, then it will be scanned, and you will get a report on that, so that you can get live reports when it's in the wild. So those are things to consider when you're thinking about the difference between runtime security and build time security. So again, this is as one component of this evolving ActiveState platform. This is the zero discipline runtime check. And so right now, let's take a look at how we can configure that and what kind of results it can give us. And it's really, really simple to configure and get working in your